Hello there. Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Rachel, and today we're going to be talking about my beauty empties. Have a few miscellaneous things, but for the most part beauty. And if that sounds like something you're into, these are my favorite videos, then I hope that you'll stick around and walk through some of these used up products with me. So this is my favorite type of video. I love watching people review the products that they have completely used up. I feel like it really does give them a full idea of what they think about the product, good or bad. I've been saving my empties for a couple of months now. I don't really have like a set time frame on when I've been collecting these, but I think I have enough to go through. Hopefully this won't be too long like the previous video. And let's jump in and start talking about some of the products I've used up. So I was just reviewing the footage and I need to address something. I got candle soot on my nose when I was smelling those candles, and it is there for the entirety of the video. So I apologize if that's super distracting, as well as my concealer creasing this day trying to get this filmed. I can't even begin to tell you. I ended up upgrading my phone. It's just been a long day in this makeup, so please bear with me. I hope that you're not screaming internally as much as I am. I'm a Virgo. It's killing me, but we're here and I still want to put this up, so I hope that you'll bear that in mind and forgive me. Friggin' silica packets in here. All right, so like I said, these are my favorite kind of videos. I think people have said it time and time again, but when you use up products, that's when you really have a solid idea of what you like about the product, what you don't like. So I'll go through those lightly on each of these items, and at the end I'll let you know if I would repurchase, if I've already repurchased, or if it was a total flop. And I'll start this video off, I think, with candles because they're the clunkiest in the box. So I want to start out with these two Beauty Pie candles. So a lot of people rave about the candles at Beauty Pie. So I was very excited to try these. These were both from their holiday collection. So I have the gingerbread, almond, and orange blossom. And then I also have the hot chocolate and peppermint. They're about $24, and I hesitate there because I think they're great value for money because they're both like 8 ounces, I think. Yeah, like 8.4 ounces, which is a decent size. They had a really nice burn time, and they also had really good throw. The scents are also very complex, and I can get into the notes of these two in just a minute. But where I think these fall off for me is they eat up so much of your Beauty Pie allowance. So they're like $100 retail, and that really eats away at your allowance pretty quickly. So I have a couple other candles I'll talk about that I think I'm more prone to repurchase those over these just because of that allowance, but these were beautiful. I mean, the packaging is gorgeous. It has the name of the candle kind of written or like embossed, engraved, whatever, into the jar, and they're just beautiful. So I'll start with this one. The gingerbread, almond, and orange blossom is like a holiday scent perfectly. Like, I can't even find the words. It's like the spices around the holiday, but that citrus in there is very reminiscent of the holiday. If you like Nest Holiday, I think you would really like this. This is a very complex, mature scent, not in the sense that it's like old lady-ish. It's just, it's not your run-of-the-mill kind of Yankee or Bath & Body Works candle. It's very complex, very beautiful. Again, lovely burn time. We burned this in the kitchen and it filled up the entryway kitchen living area. So I do love this. It was beautiful. And then the next one, the hot chocolate and peppermint. You don't get as much of the mint. I thought it was going to be much more peppermint. And this, my husband even said as I was burning this in my office, it smelled like we had just baked fresh brownies in the best way. It's not that overly, the sickeningly sweet kind of scent. It's more like fresh baked goods, like a very true baked goods scent. It doesn't have that weird kind of awful, sickeningly sweet vanilla. It just smells so good, and I burned this one like all the way down. There is not a bit left. That's the other thing too. Although they are really nice candles, they do leave this kind of like sootiness behind, and I'm not a fan of that. So I don't think I'll be repurchasing these. Maybe around the holidays I'll pick up that Orange Blossom, just because the scent is so lovely, but I'll stick to my other candle brands that I'll talk about in a minute. And I'm happy to do a whole candle video if anyone's interested, so let me know down below if you are. So I have 2 candles by this company. It is the Lucky Candle Company, and my really, really good friend Sam and her sister started this company out of Brooklyn, New York. And I mean, just look at the marketing. I don't know. There we go, maybe. I just love everything about it, and even like if you were to turn it around, it's just this beautiful kind of like chic black jar. But I have 2 scents here. The first one is Peachy Clean. This is such a good scent for like the bathroom. It is that very clean scent. It almost smells like fresh laundry, but fresh laundry if you use a delicious smelling detergent, and it's not like the Yankee Candles clean cotton or anything. I'm not usually someone who likes clean scents, and this one really knocked it out of the park. You also get 10 ounces for like roughly the same price as the Beauty Pie, and the burn time's just as good, the throw's just as good. So yeah, I would much rather support a small local woman-owned business. I know that Beauty Pie is technically women-owned, but supporting a smaller business, and I can't get over how great these candles are. I'm so incredibly proud of her and her sister. So yeah, I really liked Peachy Clean. And then her newest scent is Forest and Berry, and this is my second favorite of her scents. The other one I don't have in front of me, but I will have in my next empties, I'm sure. This is almost borderline on like a masculine scent. It has a lot of the kind of like earthy spiciness from that like forest side of things, but then the berry adds just a touch, just a hint of sweetness and more so creaminess to this scent. I loved burning this in my office, and I'm so sad she didn't have any more when I was at her salon, but I will be repurchasing this scent specifically, absolutely, and I'm already working through her Amber Antique scent, which is my all-time favorite. All right, moving right along into hair care, I have 2 hair care products. The first one is the Rene Furterer. I'm probably butchering that name. It's been a while since I've been to the salon, but this shampoo, it's the Naturia shampoo. It is their gentle shampoo. I have such a high maintenance skin. It is very easily upset, including my scalp. I have had hormonal cystic breakouts on my scalp after taking some medicine, and there are a lot of shampoos and hair care products that will irritate my scalp and cause those breakouts. So I found this brand through going to a salon here in Pittsburgh where they did like a full scalp treatment with like exfoliation. They steamed it, they had serums on it. It was absolutely lovely. Very pricey, could not afford to keep that up routinely, but they did send me home with a lot of samples, including this shampoo. I have been using this now for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I have to shampoo my hair every day just because of that irritation that can happen, and this is powerful enough to clean my hair, but it's super, super gentle and does not upset it. So I will never be without this. Clearly I purchased the big size, so I only have to buy a couple times a year. My husband uses this. The only thing I wish they would change is the pump doesn't reach all the way, so you'll see there's always a little bit that collects, but trust me when I say I will be opening this and pouring it in my hand. This is like liquid gold for my hair, so absolutely love it. I already have another size like this in the shower, and I do want to mention the scent of this is so interesting. It is basil based, and the first time I used it, I hadn't looked at the notes of the scent. I couldn't place what that very familiar scent was, but it's basil, and I guess I should have known because it's like hello right there on the bottle. But I love it. It's like such a nice scent. Like I said, my husband uses it. It's not something that's like gender specific. It's just, oh, I love this. I'm hoping if anyone's out there having scalp trouble that they'll look into something like this. I hope that it works for you. Like I said, I don't know the exact ingredient that triggers mine, but yeah, absolutely great. Just one call out is that it does have sulfate, but it doesn't seem to upset my scalp. So I hope this helps someone, because I searched high and low for something that would work, and this is one of the only things. Then the last hair care item I have is from Shea Moisture. It's their Manuka Honey Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. I've been using this since 2018, and I love this. I use this every day as like my just regular conditioner. I just use the mask. You'll see that like she's scraped, she's fully loved. There's like a tiny bit over there, but it's definitely time. I love this. It's hydrating enough that my hair is absolutely gorgeous afterwards, but it doesn't weigh it down because I have very fine hair. It has reversed a lot of the damage that it's been through, along with not using heat styling products, or along with not using heat styling, but it's just beautiful. The scent is gorgeous, and it does stick around in your hair, but it's not something that's going to be so strong that it's going to bother anybody, I think. It's just this nice honey without being too herbal or medicinal. It just smells, it's the fig extract, I bet, because I'm reading it has fig extract. It's a gorgeous scent. I highly recommend. I don't think that it's leaning one way towards super masculine or feminine. It's not super sweet. It's just a really lovely scent. And again, already repurchased, already in my shower, will not be without this. I don't think I need anything else other than these two hair care products, period. All right, moving right along. I am into kind of the shaving side of things, and I saved the box for the razors that I went through. So these are both from the brand Flamingo. They're razors and then they're shave foam. They call it a foaming shave gel. I mean, shave foam, shave gel, whatever. It's your traditional kind of gel that turns into a foam. Oh, I love this. I had used the Athena before this, and that one is much more floral and rosy. This one is not floral. It just smells clean. It's so nice. I mean, it's a shave gel, but it's really good. It's a good price point. It smells nice. It feels nice. It helps my shave. And the only thing I'll mention is every time I get a new one of these, the first time I squirt it out, it like shoots up the wall of the shower. So point it down the first time maybe, but love this. I already have another one in my shower. We'll continue to repurchase this guy. Now, as for the Razer Blades, I put this in here because I wanted to talk about it. I have traditionally used Dollar Shave Club. We kind of accumulated a lot of blades for my husband, so I ended up just buying a handle and using those blades, but I kind of wanted to get away from that. They weren't my favorite. I do really like these, but I think there's two warnings that I'll give. One is the head of this razor is so flexible that there's almost a learning curve. With the Dollar Shave Club, there was a little bit of a tilt. This really flexes, so it gets a close shave, but you kind of have that learning curve with how flexible it is and how it hugs the contours of your legs. And then the other thing is that it calls out a lubricating strip. I don't even know that that would work for one full shave of legs. So I wouldn't rely on this. You would need some kind of medium to help your shave, or you're going to end up with irritation. But at the end of the day, I will continue to use this razor blade. I love the handle. I love the hook that it hangs in the shower. It's just, I think Flamingo, out of the shaving companies that I've tried, hands down is my favorite so far. So just wanted to give a little detail about that. So now we're on the side of the kind of exfoliation items in the shower. The first one I have here is the Cerave Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser. This is their benzoyl peroxide cleanser. So I used to be an avid watcher of Dr. Dre, still every now and then, but she had mentioned using a benzoyl peroxide cleanser like this under your arms, especially if you're transitioning into like a non-aluminum deodorant, just to kind of clear out the bacteria there, keep things nice and fresh. So I do use it for that, but I also use this on my chest. Again, high maintenance skin. I have pretty bad KP on my shoulders and chest. So this kind of keeps breakouts at bay from that congestion from the KP. I don't use this on my shoulders, just my chest. It has kept that very clear. I can't use this on my face. It's a little too intense, even though it's only 4%. But I love this. I already have another tube in the shower and will continue to repurchase this because it has shown a lot of improvement on my chest. Then the next item I have is the Necessaire, the body serum. I was so excited to try this. It had been on my wish list for months. I finally took the plunge on Black Friday when there were some discounts and freebies included. It is like $45. You do get 5.1 fluid ounces, and if you are using this more as a facial serum, that price point, that size, glorious. I don't trust to use this on my face because I very seldom stray from my favorites because I don't want to potentially irritate or have any acne flare-ups. So I wanted to use this on days where I wasn't going to use the next product I'll talk about, just for like very light exfoliation and hydration to my shoulders and arms to keep kind of the KP managed. I don't know that I saw a huge difference. I do love the idea that I'm using hyaluronic acid, PHA, and other kind of antioxidants and different active ingredients that are in here. Like I mentioned in the beauty pie video, I love that we're showing our body skin the same love as our facial skin. I have repurchased this, but the jury's out. I don't know if it's worth it for what I'm looking for in a product like this. What I am looking for in a product like that comes into play with the Beauty Pie Super Healthy Skin Nourishing Body Polish. I spoke about this more at length in that Beauty Pie video, so if you want more details, check that out. There's timestamps for you to skip to this. But this is just AHAs and physical exfoliation, so you get chemical and physical there. Smells absolutely incredible. It is not for people who are sensitive to fragrance. It's very fragranced. It sticks with you. I, however, love it. This is the whole star of the show with my Rich Lady Shower. This is what kicked off the ideation of all of that. So highly recommend. Have been through like, this is my second or third tub. Already have another one in the shower. We stretch her as long as we can, but about $20. This eradicates my KP on my shoulders and arms, and that's all I can ask for. I don't need another product. I don't need to keep looking for products for KP because this one absolutely does it for me. All right, moving into skincare, I have the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. I have been using this for years as well. My husband has been using this for years. It is the most basic, super, super gentle face wash. I saw a massive difference in the health of my skin when I switched from anything that was more irritating or had fragrance. There's no fragrance, there's no dyes, there's no masking fragrance, lanolin, parabens, formaldehyde, and other preservatives. It's accepted by the National Eczema Foundation. This is just absolutely where I would start. It's like $8 to $10 for 8 fluid ounces. It'll break down your makeup and sunscreen. I use it more as a second cleanse, but this, I can't rave about this enough. If you need to strip back to basics in your skincare routine, I would put this up against anything else, drugstore and high-end. I know that I can always come back to this. We already have another bottle in the shower for my husband. Although I'm also working through that Beauty Pie cleanser, I know that I can always come back to this if my skin is being too stressed out by something. Next up is the Dr. Dennis Gross Dark Spot Sun Defense Sunscreen Broad Spectrum 50. Have also been using this for a few years now. I love this. It has niacinamide and a couple other like antioxidants. It says Mela C complex. It's great. This is one of the only products with niacinamide that doesn't make my skin freak out. And I love this because it goes on not matte or not dewy. It's kind of satin to dewy, but it sits under makeup so beautiful. And I actually think this prolongs some of my makeup. The only thing I'll call out is this is definitely going to leave a white cast on anyone that is even a fraction deeper than me, which we all know is pretty much the rest of the population. But I do love this. I would like to try something that works for a broader range of skin tones. However, I am testing one out now and it just doesn't stand up to how much I love this. I can't say enough good things. Potentially will repurchase after I'm done testing the one that I'm using now. All right, so that's it for sunscreen, but I do have 3 moisturizers here. So the first one's the N Beauty face glaze. I've talked about this in 2 videos now. I love this, very hydrating. This is the product that really drove home for me that my skin loves squalane. It's a very kind of whipped, luscious cream that has the most beautiful radiance to it. It doesn't look glittery or shimmery on the skin. It just gives you a beautiful glow and kind of blurs. It has a little bit of a beigey tint, so it adds the tiniest bit of coverage. I love this. I use this if I need to rehydrate before applying makeup after sunscreen. Sometimes I use this as almost a skin tint and just put concealer over top. I love this product so much, and I have tried to dupe this, but I just keep going back. I love this. The next one is a deluxe sample size from Belif. It's their Aqua Bomb Sleeping Mask. The Belif moisturizers are some of the only moisturizers I know without a doubt will never upset my skin, that I can use, that will heal my skin, hydrate my skin, but not cause any acne flare-ups. This came in a set. I don't know that I would ever repurchase just the sleeping mask. I much prefer the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. It's just a heavier, in the best way, moisturizer for me. This is leaning more towards Aqua Bomb in that gel format. It's beautiful, it does the job, keeps me hydrated, but I won't be repurchasing a full size of this. And then last in the moisturizer category is the Victoria Beckham. This is her Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. Can we just give a minute for the packaging? It is just gorgeous with this like faux tortoise shell. Very weighty, feels nice. She pricey. She very pricey. And I had a Black Friday coupon code and I went for the this is the smallest size. It's, let's see. I want to say it's like 0.6 ounces. It's not even a full ounce and it's pricey. Ugh, I wanted to love this so bad. I wanted it to live up to the claims of being life-changing, and to me it was just a normal moisturizer, and it wasn't even one that made me feel super plump and hydrated. I got the original, which is, ooh, it's separating. It is just like a moisturizer with a little bit of shimmer in it that's supposed to help blur. The N Beauty Face Glaze wins over this every time in my book. And I even tried this the way that Victoria Beckham says, where she'll apply it over top of makeup to kind of smooth lines or like kind of melt all the makeup together after a long day. I will be using that tip with other products, but I did not see a difference in this, and I'm just so disappointed. I don't know if I didn't use it long enough, but unfortunately I let it expire, and I would pay more for the things that I love than pay the price for this, if that makes sense. I'm so sorry. I love everything else I've tried from her line, but this was a miss for me. All right, I probably should have talked about this in body care, but it's kind of a miscellaneous one. It's the Biofreeze Cool the Pain patch. If you have chronic pain, these are so amazing. I don't like the smell of products with menthol and things, but sometimes that's what I need. I have a pinched nerve in my neck and it causes some muscle pains, and ice and that coolness is what always helps me cut through the pain. So having something that I can stick on my body and continue to move around throughout my day is just fantastic. I reserve these for the days where I know I really, really need that, because I mean, they do produce waste with the packaging and then the piece of paper that the patch is adhered to. But they're a game changer when I have to be sitting at my desk and I can't hold an ice pack to me, and they're much less messy than the roller ball. The roller ball gets everywhere. I hate the scent. It's just not the tea for me. So I love these. You can get these on Amazon. They're not the cheapest thing, but if you're using them in case of emergency situations like I do, I will continue to repurchase these and just have them on hand for those really crazy pain days. Alrighty, the next couple of things I have are mascara. So I'll start with the one that I know that I will repurchase and have repurchased, which is the Thrive Causemetics mascara. This is their liquid lash extensions. I typically get it in the brown shade. This is the black. Used it for years. I'm so happy tubing mascaras are having their moment on social media, because why would we ever remove the other stubborn mascaras when we could just like wet it and pull it off at the end of the day. It's amazing. I've turned so many of my friends and family onto this. I hand them out like Christmas. I hand them out like candy at Christmas. This is just a total makeup beauty game changer. I will repurchase forever. This is going to be a hard one to knock out for me. And speaking of, I tried a deluxe sample of the Caliray tubing mascara from Sephora. Flaked on me, didn't remove as easily in as big of kind of chunks as the Thrive Causemetic. Was so disappointed in this. Just, I know my expectations are high with the Thrive Causemetics, but this one didn't even come close. I would almost prefer a traditional mascara over the Caliray. Then lastly, I have a sample of the Westman Atelier. She pricey. And I knew from other reviewers going into this that it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but I received this free in a package, and oh my gosh, this reminded me of why I'm not a big traditional mascara wearer anymore. It flaked, it smudged, I had black under my eyes without there being a reason for that. Blinking shouldn't cause my mascara to run like that. Like, we're in 2022. I'm hoping that technology is advanced enough that that's no longer an issue. I get that it's a clean formula, but I believe that like the Kosas and the Ilia show us that you don't have to compromise to get kind of cleaner ingredients. I would not pay the money for this. I'm glad I tried it for the knowledge, but yeah, total miss for me. Okay, so that wraps up the empties that I have. These were probably a month or two worth of empties. I don't go through product a lot. I like to try different things. So I do want to share when I do go through a product, because that means I fully have my thoughts wrapped around what that product is like. If you see any products here that you'd like a deeper review on, please let me know. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that I'll see you in the next one. And until then, have a great day. Bye.